Hey, did you hear that? Okay. All right, so I'm so glad you guys are here. Today we're just gonna play and talk about color. And if we have time, we're gonna paint a little bit of flowers with the weird colors that we make, because we're gonna be making some pretty crazy colors. All right, so let's see here. I'm gonna switch my screen. Everybody see that okay? All right. Okay, so first of all, what I love to do is I love to, when I'm having a hard day, like a day where there's just a lot to do, a day where I don't know what to paint, I just sit down and I do this practice. It's very, very meditative for me. It calms me way down. It makes me just think, because sometimes after, you know, like just a busy day, you just want to have a little peace and quiet. And this does not take a long time. This really, you can make it last 10 minutes. You can make it last an hour. As you can see here, I kind of went crazy and just did a whole bunch of different colors. And these are just mixtures of what we're gonna be doing today. So you get to create your own colors, and the teacher and me wants you to take notes. So if you have a pencil, have that ready too, because we're gonna write some stuff down. A good thing about this too is once you start mixing these colors, you'll end up finding some that you really like. And it's great to know how you got to that color, because you might not see that in a regular tub. Like this is my favorite set. So I don't always mix the colors, but sometimes I want like a weird, this weird dirty green. And so I have to go back and like, what did I mix? How did I get to that color? So it's always good to have notes. Plus I just love writing these things down. I don't know why. It's just, I'm weird, but I love it. I just love it. Okay, so there's a page of kind of like what we'll be doing. So I just wanted to show you some of the, I mean, I do it all the time. See, it's just like in all of my sketchbooks, there's just blocks of colors everywhere. Let me see. So these are all mixes too, but I wanted to show you kind of like a little fun thing. Do you have your sketchbooks, guys? Okay, great. So on your sketchbooks, you might need 2 pages actually. One page to just do like fun little dots like this, so that once you try out your color, we could put them on a page to fill up, and then a page to mix all the colors together. All right, so I'm gonna get started. Let me see if I can find the blank page. See, it just never ending. The only thing is I didn't take notes on this one. So, okay, so try to find your, I don't have a blank page here. Oh, I do. Okay, so blank page, get yourself a red, a blue, and a yellow. So I'm just gonna pick from my stash here. I'm gonna get a red. Do I have a yellow? I'm gonna, let's see here. Oh, I do have a yellow. And a blue. And then get a darker blue. So if you have like a darker blue, well, not even a darker blue, like a black or a different color, get that out. And I am going to get that little mixing page that we have out. And if you're using watercolors, or even if you're using acrylics, just put a little bit on your mixing page. I'm actually going to cheat and use one of the yellows from my palette here. You can see that okay, right, guys? I hope. Okay. All right, and then here's my blue. You can unmute and please ask me anything if you have any, if I'm going too fast, or if you have any questions. I have a little puppy that we rescued in March, and he's a year old, and he shed, so his little hairs, I feel like is all over my stuff all the time, but that's okay. Okay, so I'm gonna take my red and I'm just gonna make a nice little circle. And then with a pencil, I'm just gonna write down what color it is. Oops, sorry about that. This is permanent red. So luscious, this color. Permanent red. And these are watercolors. I'm using watercolors, but I do this for pretty much everything. Move my water closer to me. Okay. I'm just gonna pick one from my palette, a yellow, and this one is called W036, which I'm sure there's an actual name for it, but I don't have the box here. So W036. That's by Holbein. I guess they call their numbers or their colors. They also associate numbers with them.
They don't want to get attached.
What is it?
They don't want to get attached to the color, so they don't give it a name.
Yeah. All right. So there we go. Let's see if I can. 1, 2. Okay. Then we'll do the, oh boy, you're not gonna believe what I just almost did. I took my brush and I went like this to my T, like right in front of me. I do it all the time. Okay, I'm moving my drink away. If you have your drink close by, move it away quick because you'll dip into it. Guys, I was not even thinking. I was just like, la, 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 dip. Oh boy. Okay, so now I'm gonna get a blue. And this blue is marine blue. So label whatever blue you have. Okay, so you can pretty much make any color out of these 3 colors, but half the fun is kind of just like trying to see how they look. So I'm going to take some of my permanent red. This is a palette paper, and I use this sometimes to just mix colors, but a lot of times I'm lazy, so I don't always use a palette paper. I'm going to take some of my red, and you can mix right on here if you want, or you can mix on your palette paper. With my red, I'm gonna put some of these W36, my yellow. So I'm mixing red with yellow because it's always nice to see what those two looks like together. So it's kind of orangey. And then on the side here, I'm gonna put down permanent red, PM plus W036. See, we're making formulas. One of my favorite classes when I was in high school was chemistry, and like putting all of these like formulas together to make something explode maybe, or like, you know, like different color. I mean, like my poor teachers, all the stuff they had to put up with having me as a student. So now we're putting yellow. And then we'll mix it with some blue. Come up with a nice green. Ooh, I like that. It's almost like a sap green, Susan, right? Your favorite color. So W36 plus MB. Mine is marine blue. You see how like meditative this is? You can like turn on some quiet music if you want and just do circles of colors. And I always find like strange color combos that I end up falling in love with. Okay, so I'm going to take some marine blue. And then I'm going to mix it with my permanent red. Ooh, I like that too. Mine almost made like a black. And all of ours is gonna probably be a little different because I picked different shades on mine. MB plus PM or PR. Marine blue plus permanent red. There we go. Now this is the part that I love to do. Am I going too fast? Are we good? Okay, this is what I love to do. I'll take some of all the colors and then I'll just kind of see how they look all together and see what kind of weird neutral I can make. And then maybe I'll add some extra blue. The trick is you gotta make sure you clean your brush in between. Forget to say if you have tissue. I don't have tissue, so I usually just wipe it on my shirt. So this is turning into a weird mud color, which is fine. I kind of liked it when it was like super messy looking with a more purplish hint. And then what you could do is you can, like I said, I just mixed all the three that we just did, the little mixtures that we did, and put them all together. And what you could do is you could play with the formula. So if you say, I want it to be a little bit more permanent red, so get more permanent red on there, and then a lighter shade of yellow. So you can adjust. You can, have you ever seen those cooking shows where they say mix or spice to taste, right? So you could like spice this or mix it to whatever taste you like. I love mixing it like right in there because it does strange colors. Ooh, look at that. Whoa, now that is a fun one. So on the side, I'm gonna write down permanent red first, I put down, then I put my yellow, and then I added plus lots of MB, marine blue. So do you see how like up here, it was mostly permanent red, then I put too much yellow and it gave me like kind of a purple, even though it's all of them mixed together. Isn't that crazy? That's always like magic to me. Like, what? Oh, I love it. And then I'm just gonna put down all because these are all of them together. I am loving how these are like turning out at the bottom. Like it picks up certain ones. I'm just kind of playing to see how it looks. It's like a fun little gray that you could put on a wash on something. And it's just, you know what you could do too is if you have leftover colors, you could totally do this if you do a painting and you are like me and you don't want to waste your paints. You can just like, you know, make some of these if you want. Okay, so now I'm gonna add some craziness to the mix. And I'm gonna add this like weird, it's like a purple, but it's called Moon Glow. And since it's gonna be part of my mess around mixture, I'm gonna add it right here. This one I didn't mix, like this came from the tube. So this is like the fourth step. Everybody still doing okay? Yeah, okay, great. So this is your three primary colors, and now we just added like a neutral dark color just to show you what we'll do next. So we've mixed all of these together, kind of saw how it works. Now go through your colors and pick any color on your mix. So like whatever you want. Let's see. Maybe I'll pick an orange. So this is going to be the color that I'll start off with. And I'm going to put it on, let me see, I want to put it on, I'll put it right here. So you could do this to any colors from your tube, any colors from your pan. You can mix in all these colors to make your own. This is an orange, but according to my palette, it is called W047. So I'm just going to write that down. Then I'm going to take some of my W047 and on my mixing page, I'm going to take some, well, I guess I could just put it right on here. Doesn't matter. I'll just put it on the page so we don't waste any paper or paints. And then I'm going to take some permanent red and I'm going to put it right with it to see how it looks. Oh, that's almost looking pink for me. The mix of the orange and the red has this like pink vibe. So permanent red plus W047. We're like doing homework right now. I love it. So fun. Okay, so now I'm going to take some W047, which is my orange again. And then guess what? We're mixing it with the yellow. See how that looks. It almost looks kind of salmony. So I'm just like taking the new color and I'm kind of putting him into a mix it with red first, then mix it with yellow, and then guess what? We'll mix it with blue. All right. So this is kind of like our, I'll go like this. This is the side that we'll use to mix with. Does that make sense? The red, yellow, and blue. So we'll use these all the time, but we might just change the color that we're swatching or playing with. So now it's this orange and then I'm adding my blue. Ooh, I like how that looks. That's the marine blue and that orange. It gives me like a pale, almost like a pale color. So I'm just going down the line. I'm just mixing the orange that I had, putting it on the page. And then I'm going to take my darker color, which is Moon Glow, but you could use black. And then I'm going to see how that looks. So really, it's just whatever you have around you can use to try and play with. And this is Moon Glow, MG. If you have extra time on the other side of your paper, you could start just making dots because it's nice to see how the different colors look bigger. So this is my orange. And I am also doing my red down here. It's just dots. You can put it anywhere you want. and maybe overlap them just to see how they look like we mixed before. I just love how watercolors, like, they do all sorts of like fun things. They play really well with other paints. Love that. The different transparencies, you'll create new colors in between. And right now I'm just, whatever's extra, I'm just kind of picking it up and seeing how it looks together. Are you guys finding any colors that you like the combos of? Yeah, great. All right, I'm gonna check with you to see. Let's see here. All right, let's see. Man, let me see. Oh, you're so organized. Look at that. What colors did you start with? What are the names of those? I think you're muted.
I started with these ones. This is Carmine, Indian yellow, Prussian blue, and this is a 533 blue.
See what I mean? It's so funny how like they name them.
Yeah, and that's what I mix it. And now I'm starting here.
Yeah, isn't it crazy how like just with those few colors, like you can come up with some pretty cool different tints and shades, right?
Yeah, I like to mix colors very much.
Yeah, it looks great. Let's see, Laylee, do you have anything? Do you want to show?
I don't know. I don't have a watercolor. I had acrylics.
That's okay.
So I couldn't do some things that you're showing, but it just did this.
Oh like boy, look at that. So
I didn't write notes though.
It looks great.
But Zane has something more fun, I think.
Let me see.
I only did a little bit.
Oh, wow. That's great. Thanks. I love that. Alyssa, what about you? Hi, Louisa. Good to see you.
Mine might drip, so I'm gonna like try to hold it at an angle.
Okay.
But I have a couple different there. I really like the hyacinth violet mixed with the azurite. I'm not sure if I'm saying that.
I never know how to say any of them.
Yeah, some of them are super hard to pronounce. I gotta figure that out.
That's great. You have some fun colors.
Oh yeah.
I've never even thought about hyacinth. I don't even know what kind is that.
It's like a purpley, almost magenta. This is what my palette looks like.
Oh wow.
This one up here.
That's cool. Nice. Susan, do you want to share?
Sure. So,
nice.
So I really like the permanent red with the yellow and the ultramarine blue, but with more permanent red. So that's like a brick kind of burnt orange. I really like that one. And the other one that I really liked was the ultramarine with orange, which was the additional color, and a bit of yellow. So it does like a dirty sort of green.
Yeah, those dirty ones look really cool when they get mixed. The only one that I said white, but I can't find my white. So hang on. We could try white if you have white. But I think I might have to do acrylics because I don't have white watercolor. But if you want to try a white, how about we do the white for homework for this week? Okay, so we don't have to worry about it. All right, Mina, let me see what you have. Oh, nice. What colors are those? Your mixes look really vibrant.
This is Egyptian blue. That's the name. It's like it's a watercolor palette that is handmade.
It's so cute.
Yes, these are like seashells.
Oh wow!
So some of them are like from this, and instead of like, I placed the names first, like cadmium red, lemon yellow, this Egyptian blue, and then I put numbers. So I put then 2 + 1, 2 plus.
Yes, yes. So you're combining chemistry with math. That's awesome. With art, I mean, like,
then I don't have to write all the name all over again.
all right, Luisa, we're mixing colors. I know you got to join us a little bit late, but just let us know if you have any questions. So if you want to just get like your red, the yellow, blue. Oh, I'm talking and I'm like showing you, and my camera is not even showing. Hang on one second. Okay. There we go. So we're just mixing all the different colors together. And then on the side, just kind of swatching them, like whatever extra you have. And now what I'd like for you to do is pick, let's do one more. Let's do one more color that you normally wouldn't use. And let's mix it with the same, just so we can see. What are you gonna pick? I don't know. Maybe I'll try, like, this blue is speaking to me. Has that ever happened to you? Like you look at a color and it just kind of speaks to you? That's what's happening to me right now. W095 is speaking to me. So I'm gonna put him down here.
Para que quede por siempre jamás.
W095.
Que se pueden ver en la vida amorosa.
Okay, so now I'm going to mix my W095 with some permanent red.
¿Por qué no tienen piti?
¿Por qué se lo saqué?
Yo no lo sé.
It almost looks like lipstick. Like a certain shade of lipstick. 095 with permanent red. And if you want to be like Nina, you could write down like pluses if you want, because that's cool. Plus, what did I add? Permanent red, PR. And then if you have a little extra, you can put it on the side with your dots, just so you can see. I hate wasting paint, as you can see. So like, the only reason why I'm doing the other side here, just to see how it looks, you know, and also because I hate wasting paint. So now I'm gonna do my W095 with some W036, the yellow. Ooh, that's kind of mustardy. It's like a green mustard weirdness going on. This is, Layla, you're right. With watercolors, with acrylic, sometimes it gets a little tricky, but that's okay. You could also, or Layla, you could also do that, but I hear what you mean about the acrylic. Sometimes it's not as easy to work with if you're swatching and mixing. All right, marine blue.
Puedes usarlo, por supuesto.
Que yo lo iba a hacer. He mezclado. Aquí voy a mezclar. ¿Quieres que mezcle el dorado?
Adding some marine blue.
Mezclar el dorado.
Ooh, it just brightened that up a lot. But maybe I put too much marine blue. So you could like adjust as you're going along to see.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna take some moon glow.
Esta es la mongas de los brillantes. Tiene oro.
I muted for a second because I had to sneeze. Sorry about it. You didn't hear that, did you? You didn't hear me? Okay, good. I muted for a second real fast. Because for some reason, my nose wanted to sneeze. All right. Oh, That's weird. The moon glow didn't even really show. Mana, is your son enjoying it? The mixing the colors?
Oh, I was with my microphone on.
That's okay.
Yes, he's enjoying. Sometimes he says he's bored, but he's allowed to be bored.
Yes, that's okay. This is good for like when you want to be bored. This is like the best thing because you could just chill. Okay, so W095. I don't know what the names are, but I'm just going with the numbers on the side. Moon glow. Okay, so now hopefully you kind of get an idea. So if I post those little weird color studies, this is all I'm doing, is I'm just taking some reds, I'm taking some yellows and blues, and I'm just making my own little fun color studies, because why not? All right, everybody doing okay? Now this time I want you to go through and take your pencil and put a star or a check on whatever color looks good to you or you really like. So pick 5 that you have fallen in love with. Like, whoa, I really like that. So take a second and pick 5. I know I said on the sheet 4 additional colors that you love to create with. We only did 2, but that's because you guys were like, I don't want to, oops, we got a chat. Hang on one second. Oh, it's Louisa. Don't worry, Louisa, we're so glad you're here. I just saw your message. But yeah, so go through and pick the 5 you like. And the other 2 colors on this sheet, I said we only got to do 2. So maybe if you want to, you could do the other 2 on your own. Because I want us to get to do a little bit of painting at least. Okay. So let's take your reference photo, and I'm gonna fold mine just so it'll fit on the screen. Okay, so take 5 that you really like. This is tricky having everything out and about, so. And here's my flowers. My colors are everywhere. All right, there. Hopefully you could see that. Now take the 5 that you like, and then we're gonna use that to create. So I'm gonna check Moon Glow. I know I'm cheating because I didn't mix that, but that's one of my favorites. All right, and then I really like the mix of, isn't it weird when they dry too? Does yours look a little bit different now that it's dried? Yeah, there's like a change, right? The ones that I'm like, ooh, I love that. Now that I'm looking at it, it's dry. It's like, that's okay. So I really like this one. So I'm going to put a star next to that. And then I love the mix of this green. And then let me see. So 1, 2, 3. 4. And then 5. Okay, so pick the ones that you like, and we're gonna create using those, and we're gonna try to paint these flowers using those, okay? We're not gonna do all the flowers, we're just gonna do some of the flowers. Is my screen backwards for you guys, or it's okay? Okay, good, because it's backwards for me, but as long as it's not backwards for you, I'm fine. Okay, great. So does everybody have any questions? Anybody have any questions of what we're doing?
Joy, I'm sorry, can you repeat, please?
Oh yeah, sure. So
I wanted something I missed it.
Yeah, you're gonna pick the 5 that you like, the color mixes, and then you're going to, we'll use those color mixes to create some of the flowers.
Oh, okay.
But the flowers may not be that bright, or they may be, depending on whatever colors you picked. All right. So that's the other cool thing, is whatever's on this picture does not have to be what you come up with. It could be whatever you want to do, because we're just playing, we're having fun. It's a Wednesday night, and I almost dipped my brush in my drink. yet again. I just do that all the time. Okay, so I'm probably going to start with this flower right here. That's like pretty big. I'm not gonna even think about it, guys. I'm just gonna take some, do you have your sheet that you mix some of the colors in? Or plate or whatever you use? It's good to have that because then you can just mix on that. Move mine over here so you can see. We have a lot of paperwork today. I feel like we're really in school. Okay, I'm gonna take some marine blue and some permanent red. And notice I'm just gonna take these two and mix it like right here on the bottom. Okay, and then I'm gonna start the middle of my flower. And just adjust as I go along. And since this flower has kind of like a weird texture, I'm just gonna take my brush and just gonna dot all around it. Okay, I also like the mix of this weird light blue with the marine blue. Hopefully this still looks good. So for the petals, I'm just gonna press my brush down and push up. Ooh, that already feels good. Doesn't it? Oh, look. Whoa. Okay, so I'm just kind of going up and down. So pressing down with the brush and then pulling up. So even though this particular flower does not look like the one I'm creating, you can kind of just see how to do your own composition. So when you're out doing this on your own, you don't have to stick to whatever you're seeing. The flowers are, I'm gonna go a little faster just because I want to be able to have a flower done. Gonna add some more darker colors in the middle. That's the moon glow. And then I am going to take my leftover. I kind of like that it's so light. I don't know why. Everybody doing okay? Yeah? Okay. Now I picked a weird green, which is my yellow. So I'm going to put that down here. And my blue. Okay, so there's some leaves. I'm just going to add it onto the side. And really, you can just add your leaves wherever you want, which is kind of what I'm doing. Just really thin. If you would like to purchase a brush that is versatile, I love these round brushes because you could do a lot of things with them. As you can see, I could go really thin and then I could go pretty thick. So there's a lot of versatility with the brush. I thought I had tissue, but I don't have tissue around, so I'm going to use my sweater to dab. Just use what you have, as you can see. We just use what we have and we have fun. Okay, so this green is kind of looking too similar, so I'm going to take some of my moon glow, the dark, and I'm just going to add it to the end, just to let it spread, to give it some oomph. That's too much. Okay. All right, so let's see here. There's some of these like super bright flowers. And so I'm going to take some of that mixture again. It's like, this is why sometimes it's hard to paint and mix at the same time for me, because I got to think about it. So if you don't want to do that, that's totally fine. Like Alyssa has her whole palette. Just use that, Alyssa. But this is just a good like exercise in thinking in color and in thinking in how to mix things if you are limited in what you have. Because you don't necessarily have to have all the colors, but it's fun to have them around. Okay, so these little blue flowers I'm gonna do, and I'm just gonna put them around. The only thing about this round brush is the edges kind of gives you like super sharp edges. So just be careful with that. I'm not really going by the photo as much now. I'm just kind of just adding it along or seeing what feels good. So when I'm painting, I do start with a reference photo sometimes, or sometimes I don't. But if I do start with a reference photo, I sometimes end up going away from it and then just doing my own thing. So that's also totally fine. You don't have to exactly follow what you have. Okay, so maybe if you have a red, just to brighten up our painting, I know it may be not one of the ones that you picked, but maybe it is. Might be fun to just add like a petal somewhere. Like a fun little flower on the side. Because everything is so, on mine anyway, because everything is so light. I love when watercolors just bleed with each other. It's like magic. So I am now just adding some weirdly colored leaves. Now, you might have like all this extra paint on your palette. A fun thing to do is just like mix all of them up together and then see what comes up. You're gonna get like some kind of crazy brown or black, and that is great. I also love it when I work in a sketchbook because it really does add, you know, like I can look back and see what I've been working on. I'm just adding a few lines in between here. So this picture looks nothing like what I have here, and that's okay because we're just using strange colors in our mixes that we have been creating. So I'm going to take some of my red and some orange, see what comes out. And there's some here that have some flowers that are kind of orangey and they're just crinkled everywhere. So I'm just going to add that all over the place. Does anybody have any questions? Okay, let me know if you do. I'm just having a great time painting here. Oh, Louisa, what is the name of the brush? This is a Grumbacher. I will type it in the chat for you. It is a round number 8. So hang on one second. Let me. Oops. You know what's happening is my computer is automatically spell checking what I'm writing down. That's the name of it. And it's a number 8, Luisa. So if you want it, I love number 8s. Number 8 is like my favorite number when it comes to a brush. 4 is great for details, but 8 is really fun. All right, so my little flowers here are just kind of floating. So I'm gonna maybe put some green. The only thing too that you might wanna just watch out for to mix on the side here is your yellow. My yellow got super dirty, but I'm okay with that. I actually don't mind. But if you want to keep your palette like clean and pristine, mix in a different page or a different section. I'm just adding weird leaves everywhere. Luisa, you are most welcome. That one's a hard, I don't even know how to say the actual name of this brush, but I'm assuming it's Grumbacher? Grumbacher? I'm not sure. But if you need to reference this, it's in the
You said it right.
Oh, I did?
Yes.
Yay. Sometimes I never know. So that's good to know that I actually pronounced it. You know, I growing up not knowing how to speak English very well, I had to really watch a lot of Sesame Street, and even still now I always ask my husband, like, how do you pronounce this? How do you say this? Just because I feel like I just don't know how to say some of the things. So, all right, how's everybody feeling? Good? This is so relaxing for me. Is it cheating that I'm mainly doing this because it feels really good for me to sit down and get all, oh, Amanda. Amanda is here. Hi, Amanda. Thanks for joining us. And Luke right there, if you see in the gallery, that is my husband. And he's the one that helps me pronounce everything. Hi, Amanda. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, so I'm just this is kind of me. You know, I don't know if you've ever had a long day. I've had like a crazy week, it feels like. And so this has been really great for me to just sit down and play with colors with you all and maybe come up with something. I don't know. I have such a great time doing it, but it's 6:56. What? Time flies by so fast. Okay, I want to see what you guys did. Can you show me? All right, so let's see here. If you feel like it, I'd love it if you could show me. Okay, mine is going first. Whoa, look at that. That is beautiful. Isn't it crazy to create with these colors that you mixed?
Yes, I like it so much.
Oh, yay.
Yeah.
That makes me feel, oh, that is so amazing.
And that's the other one colors there.
Oh, fun. You could put that on your fridge or on your wall. I mean, it's great.
It's going on the wall.
Yay. It looks so good. Isn't it crazy how we have that the super bright flowers and then everything changed when you mix them?
My son wants to show too what he did.
Wow. Oh, wow. He got a lot done. That's so
he likes to paint.
What was his name again? I'm sorry.
He's hidden now. His name is Cayetano.
Cayetano. Thank you for joining us. Mina, what about you? Whoa, you are blowing my mind. Look at that. Do you like that?
I'm happy. Yes, I love it.
Oh, it's so beautiful. Wow. What color is that? It's the one you mixed, right?
Yes. Except for the blue, all the other ones were mixed.
Oh, see? Now you can do all this on. Oh, I'm so excited. That looks so good. Alyssa, what about you?
Drop my paintbrush. Oops.
You always make so many when we do this. That's so pretty.
Thank you. I love bright colors.
Yeah, it looks so good. Oh, you have a visitor.
There's my dog.
Laylee, do you feel like sharing? Zion, I'm gonna look at yours too, okay? If you want.
I know. I was stuck on one flower, so I was trying to like
That's
get off,
okay.
but it's this so far.
Whoa, is that on canvas?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so pretty how you blended the colors together.
I just
How do you feel about that?
it's all right. I like yours and I like everybody else's.
That's always the case. Don't worry. You just keep practicing and then you're gonna be like, whoa, I like this. Zion, do you feel like sharing?
Can you share?
Cool. I also was kind of stuck on a flower.
Oh boy, that looks great. Wow. Oh, I love the energy of that.
Thank you.
Yeah, good job.
Thanks.
Yeah, sure. Susan, do you want to share?
You guys are so fast. I only got like a few done.
That's okay. I feel like I'm gonna go, oh, that is pretty. You know what? That reminds me of fall. Some of the colors you picked.
Yeah.
Do you like it, Susan?
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, the stem is too big on one, but that's, whatever. I've given up perfectionism.
Yeah, it's just practicing and you're just playing. So I think it looks great, actually.
Yeah.
I like it. Louisa, did you get anything on the page? Did you get to play around? I know, I'm sorry that I was going so fast. Oh, there you go. What kind of watercolors are those? Oh, I like the bright orange. Is that the one you mixed? Oh.
No, I don't mix because I have no time to.
Yeah, we were going fast. I am
Yes.
so sorry.
No, it's my fault. But I checked the recording video, and
Okay.
I will mix my colors.
Okay, yeah, no problem, Louisa. I think it looks great. And I like that you have your sketchbook. Your sketchbook's almost full.
Yes, it's full.
You have to get a new one.
Yes.
I'm enabling you to buy more art supplies. Amanda, did you get to paint? Oh,
Sorry,
that's okay, Amanda.
I'm just working on my bracelets.
Oh, nice. You are painting.
Yes.
It looks great. Awesome. All right. Well, guys, I know it's crazy, but it's 7:02. How is this even possible? I don't know. But time always flies when we're like having such a great time. Okay. So I'm going to stop the recording here.